is going on, you wonderful thought-having people? As always, I'm Jake from Give It Thought, and let's just get right into this top 5. As everyone knows, PSX 2016 just happened today, and we got the reveals of some really big games, and I wanted to cover them all, but I thought I'd just boil it down to the biggest reveals and save you and I some time. So one disclaimer, not all of these will be game reveals per se, some of them are gameplay reveals, so just know that going in. Alright, let's get started. Number 5 is going to have to be the Crash Bandicoot Remastered gameplay reveal. We knew this was coming and we had seen a few snippets of PlayStation's old mascot in remastered glory, but today we got some extended scenes, and let's be honest, it looked phenomenal. Sure, some of the closer shots make the textures look a little flat, but who am I to be complaining about this? It looks like the developers took a similar approach as Insomniac did with the Ratchet & Clank reboot earlier this year, where they basically remade some of the levels, but here, as far as I can tell, we're getting all of them. I am super excited to get back into the world of Crash Bandicoot, and I really hope this leads to a future game, hopefully developed by someone trustworthy enough to carry on the legacy. In other words, a developer that Activision does not choose. Number 4 was a tough choice for me, but eventually I landed on Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. I'm not a huge fighting game fan personally, but I can't ignore this gem of a series. Before Marvel vs. Capcom 3 back on the PS3, I hadn't played a fighting game in years, and that kind of got me back into the genre. We do know a few characters that'll be hitting the roster in Mega Man, Ryu, Captain Marvel, Iron Man, and at the end we got a quick look at Thanos. This was rumored to be revealed today and a lot of people saw it coming, but actually seeing it in action is a whole other ballgame. Another rumor about this is that we may be getting only the Marvel Cinematic Universe this time around. So no Wolverine or Dark Phoenix, and I'm not too disappointed about that last one actually. But the roster will be taking a hit if that is the case, but again, that's just a rumor, so nothing's set in stone yet. Either way, I really hope this entry will be as tight and slick as the previous one was. For number 3, I have a bit of a personal entry. We actually got some Ni no Kuni 2 gameplay this year. Last year it was announced at PSX, and this year we got to see our cat-eared protagonist in action. The overworld looks fantastic, and this time it looks like you'll be transformed into little chibi forms when you exit towns. We got a couple peeks at some upcoming characters, and we can see that the fantastic voice acting is back from the first game. Sure, we won't get the phenomenally Welsh Mr. Drippy, but there is bound to be some comparable characters in there. We got a few shots at battle scenes, and they look very similar to the first game, which may upset some people. I will say I didn't see any controlled familiars, so that has me a bit scared, but I doubt they dropped the entire focus of the first game, right? Either way, this game is bound to live up to its predecessor in some way, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it. Moving on to number 2, we have Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. This is a piece of standalone DLC that will probably be released separately, sort of like The Last of Us's Left Behind, that will star none other than Chloe, a character we haven't seen since Uncharted 3. Nadine seems to be in cahoots with her here, as they meet up on top of a building and handily take out some bad guys with guns. A lot of players were disappointed at her absence from Uncharted 4, but it looks like we're finally going to meet back up with her here. Lots of fans were just expecting something like a survival mode gameplay demo or something, but the fact that Naughty Dog surprised us with this at the start of the show really took everyone off guard. Speaking of Naughty Dog though, and of course number 1 is The Last of Us Part 2. I'm gonna be honest, I never really wanted a sequel for this game, but now that one has been announced, I've happily changed my tune. In this little preview, which was said to be in-engine, Naughty Dog showed us an older Ellie playing a guitar while showing a house packed to the brim with dead bodies. I'm not sure, but I think Ellie just went on a killing spree here. We also saw a shot of the Firefly symbol painted on a stop sign, so this confirms they're coming back in some form. Joel eventually makes it up to Ellie and asks her if she's really gonna go through with this. I'd love to speculate on what that means, but there would be some big spoilers in there, and this is a game I would not want to spoil for anyone. The Last of Us, along with BioShock and the first season of Telltale's The Walking Dead, were the only games to ever affect me on a deep emotional level. And I'll tell you, this teaser is already pulling at my heartstrings. And that's my list. If you think there are any other games more worthy of this list, please do tell me down below. I know Ace Combat 7 and a new Horizon Zero Dawn trailer were shown off, but I only had time for a top 5. Be sure to tell me what you think was the best thing to come out of PSX this year down below. But I think that's where I'm going to end today's video. If you enjoyed this video, you know what you have to do. Hit that like button for me, and if you want to come back for more top 5s in the future, hit that subscribe button. It'll put you first in line for all the upcoming gaming news, especially about No Man's Sky and anything Sony really, so be sure that you're under a subscription. And if you missed yesterday's video, it was all about buggies coming to No Man's Sky. So if you've ever wanted to ride around in a dune buggy in No Man's Sky, go check that video out. But I think that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, give thought to everything.